What is Buddy Hield doing? You don't guard like this. Get underneath your man. Back to the baseline. When you guard like this, look what happens. You're going one way. Whoops, he's going the other. Okay, here's the problem. You're not in a defensive stance. Your feet aren't set. All right? So look what's happening now. Stop. So if you're in a defensive stance and your feet are set and this player just comes through here, he's not setting a screen. He's just running through here. You're able to just stay over the top. But look what happens because your feet aren't set. Now you run into this player as opposed to staying over the top. And now that's going to prevent you. Now you're not able to guard Terry Rozier. Okay, so there's a loose ball here. Stop. So these Pacers players, Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner, start to get back. You know, start to get back. Because if you just sit and stare, well, now this happens. What is Isaiah Jackson doing here? Stop. This is a miss. You must sprint back. You can't backpedal like this. Wow. 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 Jordan Nwora, you don't guard like this. You get your back to the baseline. If this player comes off a down screen, you just chase over the top. Look what you're trying to get over the down screen early. Well, now you're just going to get beat back door. Okay, so we have a loose ball right here. Stop. This Pacers player for sure needs to start sprinting back, and this player should start getting back. I mean, when everybody just stands and watches, like, you can see the results. This is atrocious defense. You do not leave your feet to gamble to try and get a deflection on a pass you don't even know is happening. Look at this player leave his feet. Well, now look. Now you can't guard this handoff. What is going on here? If this is supposed to be a switch, then Jordan Nwora needs to get up, level to the screener, ready to switch. You are not ready to guard. You're not ready to switch. It's a disaster. Okay, if you're Miles Turner right here, you're guarding the ball. Your only focus can be the ball. You cannot be trying to get deflections on passes that never happen like that. It's a bad gamble. You can't just go for loose balls without considering if you're going to get it or not. Like, this player's not getting this ball right here. So why are you gambling then? So you get over this down screen here. Stop. You got to get underneath your man now, okay? Back to the baseline. Like, you don't guard like this for a lot of reasons. In this case, because you're letting this Hornets player screen two Pacers players at once. If you're Benedict Mathurin, this gamble here really hurts you. So you gamble right there. So now it's going to take you forever to get over this screen. Like, you shouldn't have been running into this screen like this. So you're literally nowhere to be found. See, this is horrible defense by Buddy Hield. Get your feet set in a defensive stance. Look at this. Are you going to be able to guard like this? No. Terry Rozier, you give Terry Rozier the angle. So what does that mean? That means a second defender now has to step up, and nobody can take Kelly Oubre Jr. What is this Pacers player doing? Why can't you guard Gordon Hayward underneath, like, regularly? Why are you... Like, you're just literally handing Gordon Hayward the baseline. So what does that do? That collapses 4 Pacers players on the ball. Okay, you're switching here with 0 intensity whatsoever. This player here has got to get attached to Dennis Smith if you're switching. So that, boom, like right now you should be ready to guard, right now, in a defensive stance. You're none of those things. And by the way, look at your feet. They're going the other way for some reason. So, yeah, Gordon Hayward's got you off balance and you're toast. If you're this Pacers player here on this box out, stop. You got to use the lower half of your body. That drives this Hornets player out. See, look at this player, Pacers player. He's boxing out with the upper half of his body. So it's the Hornets player that's moving him. Okay, the shot goes up. Who's boxing out for Indiana? I see one player sort of, but not anybody else. So long rebounds are going to go to the offense if guards aren't boxing out on the perimeter. What are the Pacers doing? There's no screen being set. McConnell's got Mikhailuk. Buddy Hield has this Hornets player here. Why did that just change? All right, more lazy defense from Buddy Hield. All right, so this pass gets made. Stop. If I'm Buddy Hield, you can't relax. Like, this player's now going this way, so you should be flying with him this way. Why is Buddy Hield, like, That is really nonchalant defense there. So, okay, if you're Isaiah Jackson here, you got to get up a little bit, and you got to be in a defensive stance, okay, with your feet set, because you got to be able to guard Gordon Hayward. You don't want Gordon Hayward to snake this ball middle, okay, without any resistance whatsoever. Like, look at Isaiah Jackson. You're not in a defensive stance. Your feet aren't set. So now, look, see, Gordon Hayward is now coming this way to the middle of the floor. And the problem with that is that now this player is going to roll this way, where there's zero backside help. So now you have to literally leave Gordon Hayward before this Pacers guard's able to come over the top. That forces help. That creates problems on the perimeter. Get your feet set and be in a defensive stance away from the ball. What is this Pacers player doing? Look at this. Your feet are not set. You're not in a defensive stance. Your feet are taking you inward. You have no chance of getting outward to P.J. Washington now. Transition defense. Okay, you forget about half-court matchup. Stop. Jordan Nora's got to stop coming to the ball. Miles Turner needed to be up here in a defensive stance with his feet set, ready to guard the ball. Jordan Nora's not going to be able to guard Terry Rozier. So Jordan Nora he's going to have to take the Hornets big that's trailing Miles Turner's man. But as I said, Jordan Nora is not going to be able to guard Terry Rozier like that. Again, this is just lazy defense. Get your feet set in a defensive stance. Are your feet set and you're in a defensive stance? No. Your feet are all over the place. So of course you get beat. Guarding away from the ball is just like guarding on the ball. If you want to be in the gaps, your feet have to be set and you have to be in a defensive stance. Your feet aren't set, you're not in a defensive stance. Your feet were taking you inward. Now you're not getting back outward to Terry Rozier. And this is a horrible switch. Just a horrible switch. Okay, so if this is a switch, this Pacers player needs to get underneath Gordon Hayward and just stay with him. You switched on to Gordon Hayward, so guard Gordon Hayward. What is this Pacers player doing? You have no chance of... What is that?